Hey guys, my name is Allie and I am the financial advisor for Light Church. And I just want to propose to you guys some different things to help you out financially as we step into 2020 here in a bit. So I'm going to go over 4 things today. The first one is a budget proposal. And so going into 2020, what new additions can we add to the budget? What bylaws that we need to institute? What a capital campaign that I want to propose walking into 2020 to make up some debt, and how we can grant right to our benefit. So the first one I want to go over is a 2020 budget proposal. And anything with budgets, you want to have a goal and a vision where this money is funneling, because that goal and vision is going to steer where all this money is going into. And so our mission statement for Light Church is for everyone to know Jesus, to empower people to reflect his light to the people around them. And the core values: growth, connection, reflection, and truth. And these are so important when talking about budget, because this is our guideline. This is our direction that we need to go, and what money goes where is based upon these 2 things. And so a little about Light Church, about you guys, is that the average attendance is about 400 people. Per capita giving is about $30 per person, which puts us at about $612,000 annually for our income. And so how we're going to kind of allot that budget is 10% is going to go to missions, 45% is going to be payroll, which is sitting about right because we should be at about 45 to 50. Facilities is going to be 20%, ministries 20%, so that's all the ministries in-house, youth, kids, weekend experiences, that'll be 20%. Miscellaneous or emergency fund will be about 5% of our budget. And so kind of breaking it down further, these are the items that go within each category. And as you can see under missions, we have about 50% of that missions budget going to local community, because here at Light Church we have a big heart for our community right here, and so about 50% of that will go there. Payroll will start senior pastor getting about 30%, and it's worked its way down the chain from there. Facilities, most of that's going to the mortgage, because that's going to be a big thing that we don't want to incur a lot of debt upon. And our ministries, broken up evenly throughout all 4 ministries. Miscellaneous is about 40% office supplies, 40% advertisement. And so here are our 6 new bylaws that we want to institute walking into 2020. And the purpose of all of these is to make sure that we are guarding our money that our people are giving to us, and we're keeping us out of trouble and our leadership out of trouble. To walk through them briefly, the first one, hands-off policy. That means that staff, executive pastor, and leadership team cannot be hands-on with the money. Number 2, how money is to be collected. That means after an offering is collected on a Sunday, it's going outside the sanctuary, and 2 or more people are going to be counting it with a watchman or a policeman present. The next one is mandatory quarterly audits. And what that means is that once a quarter, we're going to have a mandatory person come in outside of the organization and check our records, check our balances, check that everything's working the way it's supposed to. Leadership accountability, which means we're going to have a separate board of elders that are going to watch over what we're doing to let the leaders be hands-off but have accountability outside of the organization to keep our church safe from any accusations. The next one, offering, final counting, and depositing. So as we're totaling the whole offering from the whole Sunday morning or Wednesday night, we're going to have 3 or more people count that, put it into a sealed bag that can't be tampered with, and put it into the safe. And who can have access to the safe? Section 1.06 is the head of the business department is the only person with access. But whenever they access it, they have to have an administrator or another leader present at the time of access. And so those are the kind of 6 bylaws that we want to institute in order to keep our leadership safe. And so the next thing is we want to propose to you a capital campaign in order to make up some of the debt that we have. And so phase 1 of this is called the private phase. And in this phase, we want to establish goals and visions. So for this particular one, the goal is to raise $1 million in 3 years. And the vision would be to build up the church ministries by getting rid of the debt that we have. And something crucial in this stage is everyone gets together, the leadership of this campaign, and they come up with mile marker dates, set calendars for when everything's being rolled out, when everything's going to happen. We're getting a plan in action. Phase number 2, the public phase. This is the launch of the campaign. This is when you're going before your congregation and you're saying everything that's going to be happening. You're casting the vision, you're using the right verbiage, you're giving people an idea of what's happening and why we're doing it and what's to come. So on Sunday mornings, you're casting the vision, and then maybe another Sunday, you'll do a pledge day. And so you'll have all your congregants give a pledge of how much they're willing to give that year towards this campaign. And you also have to come up with a name for it, like Future Focus or something sticky and catchy that people can grab a hold to. And then our final phase is a follow-up phase, and this is going to last throughout the 3 years. So this is a monthly reminder from the platform, hey, we're doing this capital campaign, give. It's adding this capital campaign to your giving envelope or how you give, making this an option of a tunnel that people can give to instead of just the normal tithe. So that's the follow-up phase. That's going to bring us home to our goal. And another huge crucial part of what we're trying to do is get more money through grant writing. And so a way that we do this, it's hard for churches a lot of times to get these grants. And so what we do is we start a nonprofit separate from the church, and this allows us to get more grant money. And so we submit an application before we can start raising funds. That's the first step, submit an application. And there's 2 different kind of grants we can get. Government grants are harder to get. There's a lot of process you have to walk through that's not so guaranteed, but these are the 2 websites you can go to get a list of different grants that the government can offer. Or there's foundational grants. And this is the biggest one for us as Life Church that we should be using. And a huge one for this is to target local foundations. So foundations in the area, contact them, reach out to them. And all you have to do is reach out, make connections with them, and come with a proposal, hey, how much money do you need, and why do you need it, and why do they matter? Why does that foundation want to give you grant money? So come in with a plan, reaching out. And that's huge because a lot of a nonprofit's budget and income for yearly is from these grant writing. So if we can figure out how to write some grants coming up in 2020, it'll help us a lot with our annual income and our budgeting and how we're doing money here at Light Church. And so that is my financial proposal to you guys. I hope it helped. Thanks.